What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great weekend so far. It's almost 8 o'clock. It's almost time for Joel Embiid to return to the Sixers, so I'm pretty excited. Don't know about you guys, but it's been harsh without him, so can't wait for that. But I wanted to hop on real quick. You know me, like to try to nip some of this stuff on the butt when people just try to go out there and push false narratives. So I thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I, of course, am Jimmy Smith. If you have any questions, any kind of comments, it does not have to be about whatever the hell I'm talking about. You could just throw it my way. We've been talking about the draft. We've been talking about the trade we just made. Obviously, a lot of people feel a certain way about that trade, but there's still a lot of talent at 12, still a lot of things to be done. But obviously, people cannot stop talking about Carson Wentz. Now, I can't say much because here I am right now talking about it. But let's just be clear. I just want to get the facts out there. Now, a lot of people talk about, the other day, Jalen Reagor's moving to slot. He is not doing that. He is a Z receiver. He will play some slot just like he did last year and just like most Z receivers do. That was misreported. So we just try to get to the bottom of these things. And people, obviously we feel a certain way about Howie Roseman, what he has tried to do, this quarterback factory that we apparently have. So the latest rumor is that while we were trying to trade Carson Wentz, we were trying to trade him to the Denver Broncos, and part of the package was Drew Lock. Drew Lock. Yeah. So the rumor swirls around that apparently we're trying to add him in that trade. We were trying to get Drew Lock to compete with Jalen Hurts. I thought to myself, this is just quite preposterous. There is no way in hell. Because if this were to be true, we would have to feel a certain way about Howie Roseman. If he were really trying to add Drew Lock into this room, if that was the trade. And I think the report said something about, they didn't feel that Carson Wentz was a fair trade for Drew Lock, which is hilarious because as much as Carson Wentz fell off, he's much better than Drew Lock. So I thought it was, quite a ridiculous report to even, to see something like that. It was like Howie, I know he's made some horrible draft decisions, but he's usually pretty good with trading and, with all of the moves he's made so far this offseason, whether it comes to restructuring or extending people. And we've talked about this, he has been busy. I know he couldn't go out and get big names this year, but it was about getting the salary cap under the salary cap, which we have about over 6 million in cap space. So that's great. And then you talk about acquiring more draft picks. We have 11. We have the most in this draft this year. So that's fantastic. What is going on, my man? Yeah, I don't know why we would even do that either. That would be stupid as hell. It's great to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for tuning in, dude. And look, so we got to the bottom of it. And I wasn't the one, but Benjamin Albright apparently, got to talk to some executives. Says here, when I tell you there's absolutely no truth to the Broncos and Eagles having been close on a Wentz Lock trade, I cannot stress enough how much both teams laughed at that report. So that was in no way, shape, or form happening. I remember when the report came back when Carson Wentz was still an Eagle that, this was, a possibility. And I remember just laughing my ass off. I was like, I swear to God, if Howie Roseman trades for Drew Lock, I will punch him and myself directly in the face. Maybe give us Von Miller and then we can talk. Yeah, I don't want an old-ass Von Miller for Carson Wentz. I mean, look, that is just not something that was going to happen. We knew that we were going to take on dead cap, so you had to get draft capital. We did that. We got a third-round pick, but we also got a second-round pick that could turn into a first-round pick if you play 75% of the snaps or 70% of the snaps and they make the playoffs. So I'm all about it, baby. Let's go. Let's improve this team, but I don't think Drew Lock was the answer to that. So I just wanted to hop on real quick before this beautiful return of Joel Embiid and just let you guys know that that was actually not the case. And Howie Roseman is not that dumb. I know he's made some mistakes in the draft, but we talked about yesterday, he's not doing anything. He's been doing a lot. We talk about needing to change. Well, look at all the people that are no longer on this team. You see on the left side there that it's filled with guys that are already, they've found new homes. And then on the right, you have your free agents, whether they've been released or just not re-signed by us. So it's a lot of guys that are gone. And then you look at the guys that we added. Sure, it's only a few, but big names. You replace Rudy Ford and Jalen Mills with Andrew Adams and Anthony Harris. I love that. Joe Flacco coming to mentor, not compete. Jalen Hurts, don't care what they say. I want him to have that competitive edge. Yes, he should have that, but he is not going to be the starting quarterback. See the guys they re-signed. We talk about the no-brainer exclusive restricted free agents that we brought back. No-brainer. None of them even cost $1 million on the cap. So love that. Don't know if they exactly make the team, but they're back for now. Then you talk about the guys that were restructured or extended that are going to come back and help these young guys. And obviously we're retooling a lot, pretty much a rebuild here, new coaching staff, new quarterback, but you got some of the veterans you need. You love to see that. And I'm excited about that offensive line. If they can stay healthy, hopefully you teach some of these young guys and get them prepared to take over. And then you got your defensive line. I mean, hell yeah. And then your top corner and Rodney McLeod and Jake Elliott just a couple weeks ago, restructuring, saving about $3.3 million. Love it. And then you brought some guys on reserve future contracts. Big deal, I know. But there have been moves made. So it's not like how he's just sitting there doing nothing. And he did what he needed to do when it came to getting under the cap, and he did what he needed to do when it was coming down to adding draft capital. We have 11 picks now, and we could possibly add more if we trade Zach Ertz. You're also going to save almost $5 million in cap space when you do that. So more cap space, more draft capital. That's been the name of the game this offseason, and I'm excited about it. So let's not try to bust him more for anything crazy. This was not happening. Drew Lock was not welcome inside the door of the Eagles quarterback factory. That just wasn't happening. As you can see from this report by Benjamin Albright, that just was not the case. So you got to watch some of these people out here. They just misreport so many things. It gets wild out there. But yeah, Howie doing a good job so far, but it's going to come down to what you do in this damn draft. And yeah, obviously that's the most important thing. We know we're getting younger. We know that it all comes down to that. We have 11 picks. Having 4 in the top 84 is pretty fantastic. You have to hit on those. You have to have these guys. They have to be day one starters. You have so many holes on this team. You got to do this, man. And at pick 12, you could have the Heisman Trophy. You could have Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle there. On defense, you could have possibly J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, maybe a Micah Parsons. I don't know what they're really going after, but you have to look for the best player available, because this team has so many holes in it. It's ridiculous. But you have a pick in every round. Don't know if you trade some of those, try to move up, try to move back, get more. There are so many possibilities. Maybe try to get back into the first round. I'm ready for this draft, baby. I'm ready to see this new team, and everybody says it's a dumpster fire, but I don't even know what the hell this team's going to look like, and neither do they. But people choose to be pessimistic. I'm trying to be optimistic about my birds. Hope that Nick Sirianni is a great coach. Hope that Jalen Hurts is just improving his game, getting better. Hopefully we draft well and this team is headed in the right direction sooner rather than later. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys on this beautiful day. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. You guys know if you need anything, you can always reach out to me. Hold on. You can't win a Super Bowl with Tyrod Taylor, Jacoby, or Geno Smith. Yes, those guys are not the same quarterback, not even close. And I wouldn't even compare the 3 of those, really. A couple similarities, but yeah. Anyways, Jalen Hurts, obviously nobody even knows what they got from him. A lot of people said that about Dak Prescott, but hey, a lot of people don't watch football. They don't understand, it takes a lot of time progression. Last year, there was no offseason. So it's hilarious to see people try to say what Jalen Hurts will be when they clearly have no idea. So excited to see he's working with the best of trainers, getting himself better. Going to be working with coaches that are literally their whole careers, their resumes are built working with quarterbacks. So I love to see that. Sirianni, Steichen. I love to see Brian Johnson in this room, Kevin Patullo, all these guys. Excited to see the work. So really, really excited to see, what Jalen Hurts brings. QB1. Love that he changed his number to 1. Very, very excited about that. I think this is going to be a great year. We're going to have our bumps and bruises. It's going to be some growing pains, but a young team ready to do. They're hungry. And I think, they're going to have some accountability. Jalen Hurts is a proven leader, a guy that doesn't make excuses. He wants to come out and win. And that's what this team needs. Let's find out what Sirianni is as a coach. Let's take it from there. But Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Thank you all for tuning in. If you need anything, reach out to me. If you're watching this later, you want to comment on it, always try to get back to you guys. Thank you for the likes, subscribing, retweeting, whatever you're doing out there, supporting me. Truly, truly appreciate it. All right, guys, I love you. And I hope you're having yourselves an awesome weekend. Enjoy some basketball, some baseball, whatever it is you enjoy. Sit back. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. And as always, go Birds!